the text message conversation is like giving her the movie trailer preview. It makes her interested in experiencing that journey, but she doesn't want to know how the movie ends before she even goes on the journey, and she kind of wants to know what the movie's about. What's up, man? Patrick James here, and welcome to another episode of Raw Dating Advice. In this episode, I'm gonna be going through a text message conversation that one of you guys sent in, and I'm gonna break it down text by text, and we'll see exactly where you went wrong. Let's go through this. The first text you sent her: "Hi Diamond, this is Bruce. What kind of trouble are you getting into today? Question mark. I just got my purple leotard back from the cleaners, so my day is going to be busy rescuing children and puppies. I want to be sitting across the table enjoying a laugh and a nice meal while looking into those sultry bedroom eyes of yours. Sunday would be perfect for me if that works for you, because then we can see if we have chemistry or biology or algebra or something." Now, generally with this first text, before we get into what she said back, I would say that if it were me, I would have stopped the text after the question mark. "Hi Diamond, this is Bruce. What kind of trouble are you getting into today?" Hit send, give her the chance to respond, because while it's cool over text to sometimes future pace in a humorous way like you did with the 2 paragraphs that you sent after that, I just feel like that's something that should happen over the course of a conversation rather than just throwing it all at her at once. So give the conversation some room to breathe. Give her a chance to respond. That way she doesn't get confused, like, should I respond to the question or should I respond to all the nonsense that he threw at me with those 2 paragraphs? Where do I even start with that text, right? So in general, you want to make it easy for her to respond, but the fact that she responded just shows me that on some level she is attracted to you. All right, so here's what she said. She said, "Hi Bruce, wow, you can be my superhero too, smiley face. That sounds amazing. From the way that we've been talking lately, I feel like we'll get along just fine, love. What is your idea of our perfect date for this Sunday? Heart." Now, here's a perfect example of exactly what I was saying. Because she had to go through a lot of mental effort just to figure out how to respond back. I don't know if you caught this, but she asked you to describe what your perfect date for this Sunday would be, but you already did that in the first text. So on your end now, it's like, well, how do I respond to that? Because I already spent a paragraph doing that. So now you're confused. And so it's like you guys both went for a high five and you just whiffed on that shit. If it were me and you were like, "Hey Patrick, what would you say back to this? Here's the first text I sent." Honestly, from here, what I would have done was I would have saved this for the date. I would have said, "Let's leave some mystery for Sunday. Does Sunday at 2 or 7 work better for you?" Now I'm making it easy for her to respond by giving her an either or option rather than saying, "Hey, what do you want to do on this Sunday?" Or "What time are you available on this Sunday?" Making it easy for her to just say, 2 works better. And now we're one step closer to meeting up on Sunday, right? But here's what you said back to that. You said, "Perfect date. I'll wake up by rolling over and nudging you, and I do that thing you like that makes you arch your back towards me. We make breakfast. We have tickets to hang glide at 2, so we have to hurry. We finish the evening off by watching the sunset from Red Rocks with a nice bottle of wine." On an emotional standpoint, think about what did you just send accomplish? Honestly, it accomplished nothing for this conversation, because vividly describing and future pacing, you already did that in the first text, right? So doing that again in the third text without moving you any closer to setting hard logistics doesn't really move the interaction forward at all. And because there's already a level of confusion there, it's like, okay, well, now what do I say to this? You already made it hard for me to respond to you with the first text when you did this shit. Now it's like, what do I say back to this as a woman? Even if she liked the way you described it, you didn't even describe a date, right? You described the morning after you guys had apparently been having sex all night. "I wake up by rolling over and there you are in my bed, and I'm gonna make you arch your back now, and then we're gonna spend the whole day hang gliding and drinking wine on the beach." None of this makes sense anyways, because what if she has work the next day? What if she has a fear of heights? What if she has green hair, but damn, she looks good? You take her to her house, but she was fine, and then she whips out a dick that's bigger than mine. This is a very common mistake I see a lot of guys make, which is you skipped right to the end. Women are very emotional creatures. They like to enjoy the journey of seducing a man or getting seduced by a man. And obviously she knows sex is a possibility, but she wants that to be like the cherry on top. She wants that to be the bow on the perfect ending of an enjoyable movie. Whereas guys, we kind of want to skip the foreplay and skip to the end and just stick it in already, right? And so here, what you did was you basically told her how the movie ends without giving her a chance to enjoy the journey. Right? That's like you saying, "Hey, I want to go see that Avengers Endgame movie." And then you say, "Hey, Iron Man dies in the end. So, have fun at that movie." Right? If I tell you the ending of the movie before you even go to watch it, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, dude? Now I don't even want to go see it." right? And so that's essentially what you did here with the date. You told her how the date ends before you gave her the chance to enjoy the journey of the date, which makes her less likely to want to go on the date in the first place because you took the mystery and the intrigue out of enjoying the journey. And so then she said, okay, my face is red. I misread your question and thought you wanted a perfect date with you, not the first date. Oh, well, but you have to also reciprocate and tell me your ideal date. And then you just said, are you still good for Sunday? So here's my practical takeaways. I know I've been roasting you this whole time, but honestly, it's constructive feedback. This is how you get better. The first thing I would say is give your conversations room to breathe. Yes, you want to be going for meeting up with her on the date and setting the logistics, but you don't want to waste so much time future pacing and doing so much over this text message conversation that you kind of lose sight of the end goal, which is meeting up with her on Sunday. Second thing I would say, make it easy for her to respond to every text that you send. And so the first text would have been easy to respond if you just stopped after the question mark. Then the second text or the third text would have been easier to respond when you go for the either or close when you're trying to set logistics. Does Sunday or Tuesday work better for you? Does 2 p.m. or 7 p.m. work better for you? Are you a tequila girl or a vodka girl? And then save some mystery, save some intrigue for the actual date. That's kind of like the carrot on the end of the stick that you're dangling in front of her as bait to get her interested in even wanting to come on the date in the first place. The text message conversation, if we're keeping within the movie analogy, is like giving her the movie trailer preview. It makes her interested in experiencing that journey, but she doesn't want to know how the movie ends before she even goes on the journey, and she kind of wants to know what the movie's about. That's why she asked you, describe the date to me. But it was already doomed from the start because you already described the date, but the only reason she said that is because you didn't make it easy for her to respond in the first place. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, well, what do I send to girls and what kind of text could I be sending? So I actually created a resource called 30 Perfect Texts That Get Girls. It's literally 30 copy and paste texts that you can send to a girl in any conversation that'll make her excited to see you in person. That way you don't run into conversations like this. So if you want to check that out, link is below this video. And last announcement, make sure you're subscribed because this Tuesday I'm coming out with a Q&A video where I'm going to be answering back to back some of the questions that you guys have been sending me on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you want to see that, be looking out for my video coming out on Tuesday. On that note, I'm out of here. Peace out.